Welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Hope you're having a good night. Let's get straight to it.
Thousands of people in Serbia completely disbanded from this sonic boom or sound technology. I don't even know what this is, but I'm going to show you the raw footage in a second where you can hear how quiet the people were. And then you can hear this sound coming in and completely separating everyone. But you're looking at one of the biggest protests in the history of Serbia, where hundreds and thousands of people are coming together against the government, against corruption, remembering what happened when 15 people died when the canopy of the train station collapsed. They come together almost daily for 15 minutes in complete silence in remembrance of this. Officials of Serbia completely denied using a military-grade sonic weapon, but watch these clips very closely.
Yo, it sounded like a train was going through the crowd. Shout out to You Won't Believe Me official. Shout out to Serbia. My prayers are with you. This is insane.
Last night, we just witnessed the largest protest in Serbia's history. So here's what they were protesting and what went down. For starters, the government put the number at 107,000. Independent monitors said that more than 325,000 turned up, while unofficial numbers estimated as many as 800,000. And all of this is a student-led movement. It was called the 15th for 15 protest, referring to the 15 people that were recently killed after a concrete and glass canopy collapsed on them at a rail station. Protests in the country have been ongoing since then because they say that no one has been held accountable for the tragedy, and many blame government corruption, demanding that they publish all of the documentation related to the station's renovation and for the president, Vučić, to resign. Now, to make things worse, videos started circulating online this weekend that claim that during the 15 minutes of silence for the 15 who were killed, police allegedly used LRADs or sound cannons. These are devices that have been used at protests before, even in the United States, and they can emit a focused beam of sound so loud that it's enough to make people vomit or even cause hearing damage. Now, keep in mind, these reports are still yet unconfirmed, but videos show these large crowds split in two almost in a perfect line. In a subreddit of people participating in the protest, one said through people that they have spoken to, it seems that everyone in the line of the wave felt very strange. They said their brain stopped working and they just started running involuntarily. Many people also felt very exhausted. Now, although started by students, this movement has also gained people from every background, including taxi drivers, farmers, lawyers, and even veterans. So the question is, what do you guys think about this?
I believe it's beautiful and it's true unity. Shout out to Dylan Page. To see the whole country unite like that give me goosebumps. My condolences to the victims of that accident. That's crazy. They need to pay them people something. But the crowd control was outrageous.
Headdress of hat that the Pope wears is impacted by a god named Dagon. Dagon was a god of the Philistines, and Dagon comes from the word dag, which means fish. So now we see the Pope's headdress. On the top is the Pope's mitre, but when turned, you then see he's actually wearing a fish head, the fish god Dagon, because he's representing the worship of an ancient Phoenician god. So this is why today Christians on the back of their cars, you will see, have a fish symbol. That's to denote them as Christians worshiping Jesus. No, it's a fish symbol because it's denoting Dagon, the fish god.
SpaceX Crew 10, welcome aboard the SS.
Well, hey, everybody down there on Earth. Crew 10 has had a great journey up here, about 28 hours to get back up to the space station, and I cannot tell you the immense joy of our crew when we looked out the window and we saw the space station for the first time.
It's 2025 out here and I'm still dropping calls. Hell, I try to FaceTime and I'm like, how was your day? But let's not forget we went to the moon in 1969. The president called the astronauts as they landed on the moon in the little tinfoil spaceship on a corded house phone. Did you guys make it? Oh, I hear you loud and clear. Good, I'm glad you're... How is it? Looking cool up there? The coolest part is the picture of the president on the phone talking to the astronauts. They have a picture in the White House from the moon's view to Earth, even though we had never been there yet before. So that was pretty cool. It all smells like ass to me. If you ask NASA why we haven't tried to go back, they say we don't have the technology. But we're trying to go to Mars in 2031 with humans. So that's real.
You make a great point. Calling the moon from a landline is absurd. Shout outs to No Quarter Given.
I have never seen anything.
Oh my god.
I have look at that. That's actually 4 feet deep from them. A tail.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Look at the tree. All that's falling on Wayne House over there. We in it. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. We in it, baby.
We have just had one of the craziest weekends. At least 33 people have died in the US after a number of extremely powerful tornadoes ripped through parts of the country. Cars were flipped, schools were destroyed, entire neighborhoods were torn apart. And what's crazier is that at the same time, Texas and Oklahoma were battling dust storms and 130 wildfires, all while western Minnesota has been hit with a blizzard warning. Next, the US has also cooked up a political storm this weekend because they just announced that they are kicking South Africa's ambassador out of the country. They said he is no longer welcome because he's a race-baiting politician that hates America and President Trump. And keep in mind, this is extremely rare for a country to do. Not even Russia or the US did this at the height of the Cold War. Next, we also got reports that Trump is now considering a new travel ban that extends to a massive 43 countries, with red, orange, and yellow indicating the level of restrictions each country will face. Next, the US was also busy in other countries this weekend because their military forces in a joint operation with Iraq eliminated ISIS's leader of global operations. Trump celebrated the news by saying peace through strength. Next, unfortunately though, those celebrations couldn't be carried over to the war in Ukraine because that 30-day immediate ceasefire deal, which was agreed to by Ukraine, was not by Russia. Putin said that Russia has agreed to end the fighting, but the current deal needs more work. Next, we also though got some fantastic news because the astronauts stranded in space for 9 months now may finally be returning home after a rescue SpaceX capsule docked with the ISS on Sunday. They are due to make their journey back to Earth this week. Finally. Oh, and just as a bonus, Diddy officially pled not guilty. A Peruvian man was found alive after 95 days lost at sea, and 16 people were injured after a roof collapsed at a St. Patrick's Day frat party. We need another weekend to recover from the weekend.
Man, shout out to Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, Kansas, Alabama, Mississippi, the whole Midwest. In the South, prayers are with you. This is crazy. Some of these scenes right here look apocalyptic. Our condolences to the families of the victims that lost their lives over the weekend. All the tornadoes and fires, this is getting crazy, y'all.
It's here. Look at all that debris. Oh my God. We are in a tornado. God.
Goddamn tornado.
Whoa. Is this coming? Oh, it's here.
Then the tendon comes out and you get the wrinkles on where it breaks. That is Devil's Tower. It's exactly, it's a gigantic foot from a gigantic creature. There were giants in the earth in those days, and after that there was more giants. When the sons of God went into the daughters of man and they had giants. Enoch said they were 2.5 miles tall. I would agree with that, at least. And that's what Devil's Tower is. All that red is the flesh from the creature when it fell over dead. The red and the white is tendon and blood. And it's all over here, and it's in layers. Over in here, watch. You see, there's layers. These are layers of flesh. And flesh makes things grow very green. And this is Devil's Tower right here. And let me show you the shot that's best to see it as a tendon right there. You see that tendon ball? That's wrapped right around the calcaneus. And then it comes up in a wrinkle zone as fat as a pancake. Well, see over here? You see this guy climbing up on this? These are the tendon fibers. And you say, well, why are they all wrinkly looking? All wrinkle looking. What the hell is that all about? You see this? It's flaking off. What's flaking off? That's the Slurpee that coats all of these fibers. That's why they have these little slots between them, because that stuff has eroded out. Here it has not eroded yet. Most of them, when they see them coming straight up and you see all these little lines between them, that's this slippery stuff eroded away. It's called synovial sheath. And the tendons slide all independently of each other because they have to bend this way and that way and do this and that, and they have to all be able to slide in their own little sheaths. And what happened when this thing died? The sheaths just sort of drifted downwards. Mine here is the same as that. It's the same stuff. It only laid down like this. This is the same sheath. You see, it's the exact same stuff as that. All right, and this was a block, and you can see that's the slurp. I call it Slurpee, small leucine-rich proteins that they coat all the way around the tendon so they can slide up and down. Simple as that. So don't forget, this is a tendon, which is the Achilles tendon of a gigantic foot. And I found a second foot. It's usually what had happened to these in this giant flood, they tried to stay afloat, I believe. And one foot would push down into the mud while the other foot came above. The other foot that goes along with this is down inside the mud. And I found it, and it's hard, I think it's over in this area somewhere. I can't remember now.
Could the Devil's Tower really be an Achilles tendon, which was known as the Tree of Life, 33.3 French miles high, 28.7 miles tall, and supposedly there's tons of gold under it? Where's the rest of him?
Never fails. Every time I come on here and say I am a goddess, I am God, divine energy that everybody calls God is flowing through me. Therefore, I am. I always get that one person. Then how did you get here? So nobody ever talked to you about the birds and the bees? Clearly my parents laid down and did the horizontal tango. Pretty sure you got here the same damn way. However, I get what you asking. Let me go ahead and clear this up for anybody who's confused. Before we do this, we have to understand who or what the creator is. A lot of people stuck in this idea that God is some powerful, separate, all-knowing being, sitting on the throne making decisions of the universe like a CEO. Nah, God is consciousness itself. Nobody's up there watching you. God is the very source of creation, the divine energy that everything, including you and I, come from. From an astrological standpoint, every planet starts from a sun. That sun is the life force, energy that creates and sustains everything in its orbit. Without the sun, there is no Earth, no Venus, no Mars, nothing. That's how God consciousness works. The raw divine energy that births everything into existence. Just like the sun exists in every single thing it creates, God exists within you. How do you think you have a solar plexus chakra? How do you think it's called the solar system? Everything is linked to you. The crown of your head to the soles of your feet. When I say I am a goddess or a god, the divine energy that is God flowing through me, I'm not saying I'm the only one. I'm saying is we all carry that same source energy. That's on you if you don't want to tap into it. That's on you if you don't believe it. Because I choose to know it. You cannot convince me otherwise. Why would you want to anyway? Whole life you've been taught that you are less than, that you are worthless, that you being watched and judged. Programming got a lot of y'all so shook that it's so foreign to you when you hear me speaking in my divine power. I'm also trying to uplift and enlighten you to walk in yours. The moment you put that energy that is God outside of yourself is the moment you limit yourself. That's your business. As I always say, my message is for those who it resonates with. You know I ain't gonna force you to listen. If any point of this message makes you mad, go get that checked out. We all have choices and you chose to stay. Because I'm just here to make you think. So, you ready to tap in or not? As I said, I am that I am. Ashe. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Yo, I agree. It definitely resonates. Shout out to Yaya's World 777. Very on point. For sure. Solar system, solar plexus, the soles of your feet. Soul, the sun in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? You got the sun and the son of man. Like, yo, come on. I'm not saying I am God, but I feel that he's inside of me. Just like I feel he's inside of you. He's inside all of us. It is a consciousness. It is what it is.
It's the Father Day. It's just proper straight Father Day.
There one I'd sit on. You see these scoopy looking things over here? And you know how they seem to be all over the place. And you see how the light is apparently coming from this direction. We have shadows, and then you can see a break here, obviously. There's a depth to this. There's a depth to this. This is an upper platform. And we're going down, there's a depth on the sides. Now, I'm going to come in a little closer and see if you can see the tire tracks. Right here. Now let me see, I'm going to open this up a little bit. You see how that, whoops, let me back this out here. I hope you can see that. There's some form of, they look like tire tracks to me, or roadway or whatever. Now this is a huge expanse here. This is 6 miles from here to here. 6 miles. Very big. Now, there's also something else here that's quite interesting, is this structure right here. You see that? I don't think that's a natural structure. It almost looks like some form of a building, or I'm not sure what it is. But there's a lot of things here that are very interesting, structures or whatever they are. Now I want to show you something. This is right here, you see this? That is right off the coast of Costa Rica. Now, you see Costa Rica's right over here, Panama, all that business. So it's right here. Look, this is huge. It's huge, huge, huge. It's not a little tiny thing. Now, you see those scoopy little things that I showed you all over the place? You see them? I think they mined all of this stuff out of here. And these piles, you see all over the place here? There's these piles looking things laying around all that right after where they dug. And then they took a whole bunch of it over here to the Galapagos and dumped it. And that's what created the Galapagos in my estimation. You see this? Look. You see that? I think those were piles piled up there, and then they dumped them there. And where they did, after, you know, they drove up to here. Where's my tire tracks? Hold on. There. You see here? There's one here. Whoops. One there, and one there. Now, you see it? They come running all the way down. You see the two of them here? Boom, boom. All the way down, 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 and then you get to the Galapagos. And I think they dumped it all down here. You see these piles? So that's all I can say. I think that's what, if we follow these all the way back, you watch what happens. We'll go all the way back with the tracks. Or whatever they are. Tracks, roads, I don't know what they are. But if we go all the way back, here we are, right up here, and watch where we are. Right here, you see? There's our mining operation. In my mind, I could be totally wrong, but I don't see any other, well, I don't know, it could be anything, who knows. But that's what I see. You can see anything you want, but they seem to have a lot of this little fluty looking thing going on all around that stuff. So that's what I see. It should be looked at in my estimation. And you should go to Mud Fossil's original research group. And we have all kinds of information about this stuff. Alright, this is the kind of stone quarrying they do today. They cut these big slabs and right off the sides, and they split right along the plains. You see the way they mine them? You see up in here how they cut them? These are big, 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 big blocks. And they split, they cut right along these, they cleave on these plains. See how huge these quarries are and how they slice these stones off? And I think that's what they were doing off of those big plateaus. This is a group on Facebook, Science Theory Challenge. You should come up here and investigate this. This is our other group, Mud Fossils Original Research Group. You should come up here and investigate this. And finally, this is what we think might be the implications of all of this mud fossil information. It's called Mud Fossil Revelations. Okay, and last but not least, this is Mud Fossil University, free to anyone. Come up, be respectful, enjoy the videos. And there's many, many, many videos. They're all factual. There's no real fluff up here.
Shout outs to Robert Spur and Mud Fossil University. Very interesting, off the coast of Costa Rica. Could those be trails to Atlantis? Or some sort of connection, like some tracks were 6 miles long? Between that and the quarries, there's some very interesting stuff right here. But really, could that be the connection to Atlantis? These days, you'll never know.
Got one victim right here. I need to stay over here. Fire victim.
Okay.
Come on.
My dog is,
right here. Come on.
my dog.
I know, come on.
I'm coming.
You're seeing it.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you check this video right here? Thanks again. Till next time.